Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time once again for the Midweek War! And we are here to talk Ring of Honor Wrestling. I, of course, am Mad Mike. You all know me. With us, as always, is the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Eamon Paton. How are you, sir?
Hello. I'm very excited. We've got a pay-per-view coming up, and we've got other stuff coming up in the world of Ring of Honor, so there'll be a lot to talk about this episode, without a doubt.
This is true. And with us is the man who can roll his R's better than anyone on this side of the country, Tonio Garza. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Ready to talk some Ring of Honor?
There we go. All right. So, you guys know how we do this. Eamon, what is your one word for Ring of Honor this week?
My one word's different.
Okay. All right. Garza, how about you?
Pool.
Cool?
Pool.
Pool.
Like, I think,
I couldn't tell if you said cool, pool, or fool.
I wasn't... Okay, you're going to have to explain where pool comes in, but my one word is build-up.
Okay.
Build-up. This week's Ring of Honor was fun. Eamon, what is your good for this week?
My good for this week, and I kind of want to point this out first and foremost, was the production.
Mm-hmm.
There was definitely a bit of a change in the production with their new setup and the stuff that they were doing with it. I thought the show looked a lot more professional, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I like the new set. It gives a good, bigger vibe to the whole thing that other Ring of Honor shows really hadn't provided up to that point. And yeah, I really liked it. Also, side note with that is, I don't know if this was just from the fact that it was a go-home show, but a lot more promos and like backstage promos, which I liked, and I feel Ring of Honor needs to do more of.
Yes, yeah. One of my favorite parts about the stage, and when Adam Cole came out, like the Titantron or Sapolsky-tron? I don't know. What are we gonna call it? The Tron. The delivery.
Well, technically Sapolsky's evolved. So
yeah, that's right. He's evolved now. All right, so the Deliriatron. I don't know.
Tron of Honor.
The Tron of Honor. Yes, the Ring.
The Troner. The Troner.
The Ring of Troner. That's the Ring of Troner. But his Tron had read Adam Cole over the top, and then just one bay on one side, one bay on the other side. I'm like, well done. I don't know who designed that. Well done. All right,
yeah, it was fantastic.
All right, Garza, what was your good for this week?
Since Eamon already took the most obvious one of the show, I'm gonna go with Adam Cole, baby. Because well, actually, it's gonna be Adam Cole and Jay Lethal. Both guys were just amazing, and it actually made me feel like Kyle O'Reilly doesn't deserve to be there because he's just a kid. But let this match to the adults.
I do like that they didn't let Kyle O'Reilly speak. I think that's the best for everyone involved. My good this week is the promos. Like Eamon alluded to, there was a lot of stuff, and it was great. And we didn't have to hear Steve Corino talk at all, which was even better.
He did talk for like 2 minutes.
But he barely said anything, which I'm okay with. Like, I mean, BJ Whitmer had a promo. The Briscoes had a promo. There was a lot of stuff going on. And next week, I don't know why this isn't at the pay-per-view, but we're getting Beer City Bruiser and Silas against the Boys.
Yep.
Well, no, I can see why it's not in the pay-per-view. It's been transitioned to a TV program. I mean,
yeah.
I just saw Garza's lower third.
Jeez. Quick question, because did you guys watch this on Comet or?
No.
I saw it on Ring of Honor Wrestling.
Me too.
See, I did it as well. Was it? I don't know if this was just me or if this was some weird like production thing on their side. The Dalton Castle promo was completely muted.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, maybe it had something to do with the new setup, but I thought it was me. I was like, nope. They definitely just
and then like the next segment happened and the sound came back on.
Yeah, the sound was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah, so I mean, or from that little hiccup, and that honestly, that's something they should have caught before they uploaded the show. I wonder if it was the same on Comet.
I hope
but luckily, Dalton Castle is just entertaining even when you can't hear him.
That's pretty good. Him just caressing the boys.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we got the gist of it. We got the gist of it, Dalton. All right. So, Eamon, what was your bad for this week's show?
My bad for this week, just out of principle, was I think they said his name was Chase Brown, who wrestled B.J. Whitmer, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
All I know about him is he's got a real bad comb over. He looks like he's 40. And apparently he comes out with a cauliflower?
I don't know.
I don't know. This is the first time I've seen B.J. Whitmer without a shirt off, too. He looks like an upside-down candle.
Oh.
Like, don't get me wrong, I still like B.J. Whitmer, because I haven't had 10 years of exposure to B.J. Whitmer. But that was not what I was expecting to be under his decade shirt.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
I actually think he's better right now than before.
A little bit, and he beat him in like 10 seconds or whatever with an exploder suplex. So, yeah, I don't. Those are the times where it's like you're getting the indie-rific stuff in my what's supposed to be presented as like a regular wrestling show. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, here's a dude who comes out with a cauliflower for no reason. We don't know why, but he's here and he's gonna lose. Yeah. Cool.
And you can tell it's a local guy because everyone's like cheering for him.
Yeah.
Although, do you guys think they should have had BJ wrestle before the pay-per-view?
I don't think it was a smart idea. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't think that whole segment really helped anyone. I don't think it hurt the feud, but I don't think it helped it. Because it's like we just had Adam Page attack him again. And it's like...
Like, honestly, if it was a role reversal and Adam Page was the one wrestling that guy with Carino in his corner and then Whitmer attacked him from behind, I think that would have been better.
Yeah. But honestly, I honestly could have just not had that segment, and then just devote more time to another match on the card.
That's fair.
Because it just wasn't needed.
Yeah. All right, Garza, what was your bad this week?
Well, similar how I was saying that Adam Cole and Jay Lethal were amazing. Kyle O'Reilly was terrible. I don't know, there was something tonight that I just didn't like about Kyle O'Reilly. He truly didn't feel in the feud for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think.
Kyle O'Reilly to me feels like every time you watch a Batman vs Superman trailer, and yet randomly there's Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like we know she's there. We don't really have a good explanation as to why, and she seems jarring from what we really want to see.
Yeah, and I see what they're kind of going for with the story of Kyle O'Reilly not being in their league, or them thinking Kyle O'Reilly's on their league, and that works if you have one, the face who can really sort of drive home a passionate promo about why they belong, and two, in an environment that isn't really like Ring of Honor where everyone kind of is the same. Mm-hmm. Obviously they're different, but it's not they're all the same size. They kind of wrestle sort of similarly.
And maybe they could have done something like have Kyle get a big win before that's maybe against Jay Briscoe or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because Jay Briscoe can take a loss to Kyle O'Reilly and he won't look bad at all. It will just make Kyle O'Reilly look like, hey, this guy beat a former Ring of Honor world champion. Shit, maybe, they just didn't do anything like that. When Jay Lethal said Kyle O'Reilly was the kids' table sitting with the grown-ups at Thanksgiving, I kind of believed him.
Mm-hmm.
But my bad this week goes to filming in a TARDIS.
Yep.
Now, when we opened the show, they said it was going to be a TV title match, and I'm like, oh, great, this is where we're going to see Ishii win the belt from Roderick Strong and throw the whole thing out of whack. Nope.
You see, Ishii won the belt, I believe, last week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And this was taped maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. To a degree, it's unfortunate, but also it's a degree of why, like, fucking mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, because we're going to get to it, there's shakeups because of it that affect the pay-per-view, and they just act like it didn't happen.
Yeah, like, what are they going... Like, I almost want to see the pay-per-view now just to see what kind of bullshit they spin between, hey, this show on Comet that you watched and the pay-per-view. Oh, yeah. Somehow we randomly had a title match in between then, and Roderick Strong lost.
Yeah,
that's it.
Honestly, I don't think they're going to be spinning anything.
Yeah,
I think
they'll just say as it is, like Ishii won in Japan like this week, and that's it.
But that just bothers me on a lot of levels. Like, it just bugs me. It just bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest, the only reason I knew about it was because it was posted on the Mayhem Show Facebook page, because I'm not a Ring of Honor fan traditionally. I don't follow all the house shows because I shouldn't have to.
Well, I mean, it was a house show, but it was their shows in Japan. Like, it was their tour of Japan in Croken Hall.
Okay, so it was a Hokkaido show. I'm kidding.
Kind of. Fine. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a big shakeup. I don't understand why... One, I don't understand why you don't mention it. And two, I'll get to my predictions, obviously, later. But this is a match that, if you didn't expect this to happen, like, you could have taken this match and put it on another show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like if Roddy wins at the pay-per-view, you could have just had this match next week. Yeah. And everything will be golden. But, like, and it doesn't take much. Like, Kevin Kelly can just say, oh, fans, we're sorry, this was recorded, but breaking news. But then you really can't say that because then it gives away that Roddy wins that match.
Yeah, I see it from both sides. I just don't get why you don't mention it at all. Like, and going off of like the end of the show when they run down on the card, they're running it down as Roderick Strong's wrestling Bobby Fish for the TV title.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Well, you can
that's
tell
not what's happening.
Yeah, you can tell they had already I guess submitted the video and they're fucked.
But they also make the decision of where the title goes. So I'm not holding them blameless for this because they're stupid. If they wanted to give the belt to Ishii to make it a triple threat, that's fine. That's all well and good. But don't show a title match where Roddy wins in the go-home show.
Well, yeah, that's true. If you've been following New Japan, you can tell that a bunch of the title changes haven't really been well thought out. So I can understand a change happening just because. But, I mean, it's true that don't show Roddy if you don't have to. I do see how they try to build all the feuds during this show, like every single feud. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I understand why they did it, but I agree, like, if there's going to make, like, a big disconnection between your pay-per-view and your show, I guess try to do something.
I mean, there's a way to do it. You can say, like, oh, fans, and here we go. We have a match that was taped a couple weeks ago. Like, that's all you have to do.
That's the thing. And that's
all you have to do is just say, fans, the reason we're showing you this match is because there's going to be some context to it, and we'll give you that right after this match. And then you show the match with the original commentary, and right after that, you just cut to a two-shot of, I can't think, Kevin Kelly and Nigel, and Kevin can even ask, like, Nigel, you have some update for us about what happened after this match took place. And Nigel can go into, well, yeah, Roderick Strong, he was challenging the world again. He lost Ishii, so we're going to have a triple threat at the pay-per-view.
Great, Nigel McGuinness impression.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
Yeah, but like that's the thing that like I think like ECW would used to do is that they would kind of not always be like, oh, this is like a live show. Like this is a case of like, here are some matches from a show we did. At such and such date
at the ECW arena.
Yeah, and they would make a point to say like this happened in the past, like this wasn't live. Mm-hmm. Like
I don't think Ring of Honor even does the whole "this is live" thing too. So
they kind of do. I mean, that they don't explicitly say live, but they make it seem as though this is a weekly show that's happening. You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of wrestling does that, and you don't always need to do that.
Well, pretty much every show besides Raw, because Raw actually is a weekly show that happens every week.
But I don't think it's a problem being like, hey, this is not necessarily a week-to-week show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, shit, NXT records 5 shows at once. We never say anything about that. The difference is NXT, when something happens,
they'll still at least try to figure out how to mention it.
They'll address it.
Even if they have to dub in stuff during promos.
Like
when Sami Zayn's not on camera but explaining how he got injured.
Hey, movie magic, Eamon. Everyone does ADR. Every single movie you've ever watched does ADR.
Yeah.
All right. So, Eamon, what would be your change for this week?
I was gonna say, mention the Ishii stuff, because not only from a continuity point of view, but that's a very important thing. Like, he's the first Japanese television champion for Ring of Honor. Like, he's the first Japanese wrestler to win the belt since Morishima in 2007, I think.
Yeah.
That's huge. To at least just mention it, and don't leave people wondering going into the pay-per-view.
Plus, it'd be a good selling point for your pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Complete side note, and I'm not going to go into it on this show, but have you guys seen? There's a transcript, an English transcript of Ishii's promo after he won the belt.
Yeah, I read it.
It's one of the greatest things.
Okay.
Basically, which includes the line, "I don't know what this belt means." Yeah.
Wow.
It's actually good, because he's basically just like, I don't care about Roderick Strong. I kicked his ass tonight. I won the belt. I don't know what it means, but I'm the champion now. I think he also thinks that he's Ring of Honor World Champion now.
Maybe he's just champion of televisions, like he can boss him around.
Yeah, I'll have to find the transcript of it and read it to you, because it's pretty great.
Alrighty, Garza, what will be your change this week?
My change is, I know Ring of Honor likes to talk about their wrestling and how it's the best in the world, and it is. But I would have done the main event segment at the end instead of the match. That didn't really need it to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good match, and I like that it built the Chris Daniels versus Shelley match and whatever's happening with the addiction. But I think building up the main event was more important than those feuds. So I was just switch the segments around.
Okay, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we didn't even really touch on that, but Christopher Daniels is back.
Yeah.
Awesome, and he honestly helped that main event a lot with his commentary.
Yeah.
I really like that is a 3-man commentary team I could get behind every day of the week.
Yeah,
put them on every show. Put them on every show.
We should complain about the third person in the table, but Daniels was pretty good.
But yeah, my change this week, and I mentioned it before, I wouldn't have had BJ Whitmer wrestle.
Yeah.
I feel there are other ways to put over that feud without having him wrestle, because to me, a guy who's never seen BJ Whitmer wrestle before, that kind of took a little bit of the steam out of it for me.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm sure he's fine in the ring, but giving him a squash match, at least if you're gonna have him wrestle before the show, have him wrestle someone of consequence.
Yeah.
You're telling me Chase Brown wasn't of consequence? Cauliflower Man?
Not exactly. How about Moose?
Oh okay. No, he's way too big for Moose.
No, but and have it be a competitive matchup, then Adam Page costs him the win. That way Moose doesn't get hurt by it, but you can still see that, oh yeah, BJ Whitmer, this guy can fucking go.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just would have cut that segment. I think what we had last week was more than enough to build that match, and I think they could have used that time to build whatever other match, like the Moose match. Have Moose come out, beat someone up, and say, Okada, I have a better drop kick than you, and I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah, I feel like, and going back to, I think I mentioned this last week, there's some feuds in Ring of Honor that we're seeing every week.
Yeah.
And the whole BJ Whitmer, Steve Corino, Adam Page thing is one of them. And just 1 week, just 1 week, just don't do anything with them and promote something else,
Okay, so before, we'll do rankings first. Eamon, where did you rank Ring of Honor this week?
Ring of Honor is number 3 this week for me. I thought this was a pretty good show. There were parts I didn't really like, kind of building as a go-home show, but overall I think it did a good job of selling the pay-per-view. And, and the production as well. Like, I think really kind of made it feel like a new show for me.
Yeah, apart from that Dalton Castle segment, which is probably just a mixing.
I don't think it's that way on Comet.
Yeah.
But.
All right, Garza, where do you rank Ring of Honor this week?
I'm gonna rank it number 2. As a disclaimer, all shows this week were really, really good. So they're all pretty much like on a tie. But I really liked Ring of Honor. It did a good job to build up to the anniversary show, and I love how like the new not production but the new stage looks like. It looks legit. Like I can actually tell the graphics.
The Ring of Troner. Say it right.
No, the Tron of Honor. I like that name better.
and I think if I'm not mistaken, because they were in Nashville, and I think they were in the place that TNA used to run. When they were doing the early shows, like the shows that we're watching now.
The Asylum show?
Yeah. And they didn't fill it by any means, but it still looked bigger and looked like. You know what I mean?
That was my only perk with the new stage. There was a lot of distance between the stage and where the people start to pile up.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, though.
I'm okay with it, but there was one entrance where there was just this lonely guy, like next to the stage, and you can see like all the space. I'm like, oh man, that doesn't look good. But I'm guessing they'll eventually like start filling it up with stuff or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
By stuff, I mean people.
I'm also giving Ring of Honor number 2 this week.
Wow.
Yeah, I really like it.
I wonder why.
No, the promos helped. No, honestly, it was the promos.
Well, I was assuming commentary helped as well.
Well, anytime it's not Carino or Mr. Wrestling on commentary, that always bumps it up for me. But we've had a couple weeks with Nigel where I haven't enjoyed the show.
I actually have to ask.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the super kick party screen by one of the Bucks? Was it the same pain as Carino? Has it become the worst, or just Carino?
No, it's Carino.
Okay.
It's honestly Carino. Because I listened to a whole Jericho podcast with the Bucks today, and I like the Bucks. By the way, awesome podcast. Awesome podcast. You definitely have to listen to it. But yeah, no, it's just Carino. Like. It just grates on my eardrums every time I hear it. But yeah, I really liked the show this week. I thought it was a good build apart from the filming and the TARDIS stuff. I really, really enjoyed it. And like they're combining stories like Veda running out before the title match to offer a ridiculous sum of money to Gresham. That was awesome. I love that. Like that's the kind of stuff Ring of Honor needs to do more of. And plus, they got me excited for a match next week. Ring of Honor has not done that for me since we started doing the midweek war on them.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing they have not done. And next week they did. And I'm excited for it.
Enjoy it, because I'm pretty sure that like 2 weeks from now we're going to start watching a bunch of
it's going to be shit.
We're going to get to see Ishii win a title.
Yeah, I know full, because it's the 2-week hangover from a Ring of Honor pay-per-view where they won't mention a fucking thing from it.
Well, I don't know about that, because they have a couple more of those Nashville shows. Right?
Yeah, but I'm guessing the next 2 weeks after the pay-per-view is going to be focused on the Top Prospects tour.
Yeah, the tournament and the Silas Young thing.
Yeah, that's my bet. That's my wager on that, and we might even see some more stuff with Daniels and Kaz and all that stuff, because it looks like that was started on this set of tapings, which I'm fine with, but it's still, and we'll get there. Who knows? They might surprise me.
Yeah. I just find it interesting. I think they have a couple more weeks in Nashville, but they're taping TV in Las Vegas the night after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but Eamon, they couldn't they couldn't anticipate a title change before the pay-per-view.
No,
So
I understand.
Forgive me if I don't give them the benefit of the doubt.
No, I understand that. It's going to be interesting because I haven't read spoilers, so I don't know what the rest of the Nashville shows look like. So.
Okay, so speaking of that pay-per-view in Vegas, Eamon,
Yes.
you have the card for us. We are going to do our hot take predictions.
Hot takes. Hot takes off the griddle.
Hot takes.
From
McDonald's all-day breakfast with hot takes.
Yes. If you want to check out this pay-per-view, it's happening tomorrow from the time we're recording this, Friday.
I thought it was Saturday.
It's on Friday.
It's tomorrow.
Okay, because I could have swore the graphic they showed at the end of the show said Saturday.
If so, that's not good. But no, it's
tomorrow.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, the 14th anniversary show. First off, we've got Hiroki Goto of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Originally was scheduled to fight Tomohiro Ishii, but now will be facing Dalton Castle with the boys.
Goto's winning.
Nah, I'm guessing Castle.
I'll go with Goto on this one. I'm very excited for this match just to see a super serious, like, strong style, like, basically ninja warrior person wrestling a peacock.
That's the worst thing that's what I'm not liking about Dalton Castle right now. Like, all his matches have become funny versus super serious or funny versus funny.
Yeah, but I mean in Ring of Honor.
Hey, guys. Okay, I just turned on the end of Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
It says Saturday, February 26th.
Well, that's a big typo.
They got the number right. They got the number right, but they don't have the.
Okay, so. Yeah. All right, so maybe the production's not right where it needs to be yet.
Maybe not yet.
That's a big flub. I'm sorry, I had to check because I know Ring of Honor pay-per-views are on Friday nights, but I'm like, I could have swore it said Saturday.
Whoops.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going insane.
Yeah. No, that's fine. But yeah, I'll go with Goto. But either man can probably win this. Then we have a grudge match. BJ Whitmer versus Adam Page. The decade explodes.
I'm going BJ Whitmer.
Really, I think this is Adam Page.
Yeah, I see no reason whatsoever why you would put BJ over Adam Page.
No, I'll tell you exactly why you put BJ over, because they haven't involved either Steve Corino or Colby Corino in this.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like
Colby Corino is going to help Whitmer win, and at the next pay-per-view, whenever that is, or Big Show or whatever, you're going to get Colby and Whitmer versus Steve and Page.
Yeah. That could be a way to go with it. But yeah. Next, we have Alex Shelley one-on-one with almighty Christopher Daniels.
I'm going Shelley, and I think Chris Sabin helps him.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Sabin involvement has to lead, I think, the Shelley.
Motor City, man.
Motor City. Yeah. The hesitation by Sabin. We're gonna get the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Addiction, and you guys, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm giddy with anticipation for that match.
That's the second place prize because we never got Bullet Club versus Knights of the Round Table. Or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I agree. I'll go with Shelley. Next, we have a non-title match. IWGP champion Kazuchika Okada with Gato in his corner against Moose with Stokely Hathaway in his corner.
Okay, hands down. The champion's not losing.
I don't think Okada's losing this.
Yeah.
I'm saying because non-title, the Moose is going to win.
No.
I think Okada's on such a... it's Rainmaker, like...
Yeah.
I'm aware of that, and that's why Moose is going to fucking crush the Rainmaker.
No,
because it's non-title. It's non-title. If this is a title match, I don't... You know what? This is predictions. I'm allowed to predict.
No. it's okay.
I'm allowed to predict.
Okay.
I'm saying Moose because honestly, Moose needs a fucking win.
He needs a win. I also
He needs
think
a win. Okada doesn't need jack all squat. Moose needs a fucking win.
I do think that this is more of a build to like Moose pulling out a great performance is more important, I think, in this than him necessarily winning or losing. But that's just my take on it. Then we have a tag team match. The Briscoes taking on Unbreakable Michael Elgin and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm going to go... Or go ahead, Tony.
I'm going to call Tanahashi and Elgin. Same reason, because Okada just don't send someone to lose.
I'll say the Briscoes. I think, me personally thinking that, they're going to lean to the Briscoes going back towards the tag title scene. And I think a win here would be very important towards that. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm kind of along the same lines as Eamon. I think it's them boys all the way. I think we also might be leading to a split up between Tanahashi and Elgin.
Possibly, yeah.
Because Elgin has been kind of on the verge of being face, being heel, being face, being heel. I think Tanahashi takes the fall, and Elgin gets pissed off because this was his rubber match of sorts for Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, and also the news came out that Elgin signed a 2-year deal, I think, with New Japan. So
yeah,
there you go.
That could be the leading to that. Then we have a match. That is now for the never openweight 6-man tag team titles. The Young Bucks and the Cleaner Kenny Omega defending against IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Kushida, ACH, and Matt Sydal.
Oh, that's for the never open titles now?
Yeah, they just won they just.
I heard about that, but I didn't know that the Ring of Honor pay-per-view was gonna have to defend. Bullet Club.
Yeah, the Elite.
Yeah, they're going by the Elite now. I
thought it was Bullet Club Elite.
Yeah. That's the Elite of the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree.
It's basically, here are the next 3 guys WWE signing.
Yeah.
Hope not.
Oh no, it's gonna happen, Garza.
I know. I'll stop watching this.
Honestly, I think if the Bucks hadn't signed their deal with ROH, it would have been the Bucks going instead of
Anderson Gallows.
Yeah.
I would almost guarantee, because even again, the Jericho podcast, you guys gotta watch it. Even the way they were talking about it, they're like, I mean, if you asked us a couple of years ago, we would have said no, but who knows what might happen in a year or two. So I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Then we have my prediction as well was Bucks and Kenny Omega. Then we have what's now a triple threat match for the Ring of Honor World Television title. The brand new TV champion Tomohiro Ishii versus Roderick Strong versus Bobby Fish.
This is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's the perfect way to put the title on Fish, and then you can have Roddy say, "You never beat me, bitch." But then again, I kind of feel Ishii's going to have the title until World of the Worlds. So I'm going to go with Ishii.
That's possible. I could, now that you bring that up, I think there's a chance it could be Ishii. I personally think they're just going to drop it back to Roddy. And the whole giving it to Ishii. Yeah, the whole giving it to Ishii was more of like a play, I guess, in a sense, to kind of give a New Japan guy a belt. Okay. Also, I think it's going to be a case where it gives Bobby Fish sort of a reason to be pissed because this was supposed to be a singles match. And because me personally, I think I can see this being the start of Bobby Fish turning heel. Not immediately, but I think with him losing to Jay Lethal at the last 2 pay-per-views ago, and then like a loss to Roddy at Final Battle, and then another one here, I feel like this could kind of cycle a turn, so to speak.
I think it's gonna be Bobby Fish. I think that like Garza alluded to before, this is a way of getting the belt on him without Roddy taking a fall. Mm-hmm. Because then you have another build-up for the next pay-per-view, and honestly, if Bobby Fish pins Ishii, it's more of a dickish tendency because he didn't pin the guy who he was originally feuding with, and said he could beat him. So
Yeah.
I would actually like Bobby Fish to win, so we could get Bobby Fish versus Ishii in Japan.
That's true.
I'm really like.
I have a hard time though, like buying Fish beating Ishii, just because of how Ishii's been portrayed, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like I find it kind of hard. I can see Roddy beating him, sorta, but yeah. But we're across the board on that one, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. Also, quite interesting. I think this is gonna be the first time Ishii's in a triple threat match. Or any Japanese guy, for that matter.
Yeah, because it doesn't happen a lot in New Japan.
Yeah, it doesn't happen in Japan.
Okay. Then we've got no DQ for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. War Machine defending against the All Night Express. This could go either way. I think it's too early to take the belts off War Machine.
It could go either way because they've also been building the Briscoes in the All Night Express.
That's true.
Like this could go to ANX and then you have the match set up with the Briscoes. But fuck, I want to see War Machine versus the Briscoes. So I'm hoping War Machine wins.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ray Rowe and Jay Briscoe just beat the shit out of each other.
I personally, I'm really confused too, because as Mike said, it could go either way. I kind of feel they're building the Bucks as the next contenders, and I think it would be. I'd rather see War Machine versus Bucks than ANX versus the Bucks, so I'm gonna go with War Machine too.
Okay. Looks like you're all in agreement on War Machine. And then we have the main event, which is the triple threat match for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Jay Lethal with Truth Martini defending against Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly.
4 words: Adam Cole Bay. That's who's winning. Adam Cole. It's his time.
I could see that. I'm also in kind of the same camp of the. I don't know if this is the time to take it off Lethal. Just from the fact of he doesn't really have a feud with these guys, so to speak. Like the feud is kind of more over just that they both want his belt. I don't know who else you would feud him with, so to speak. But I don't know. Something tells me it's not Lethal's time to lose the belt.
I don't really. I mean, I agree. I don't feel like it's the right time to take it off Lethal, but at the same time, I'm not sure if he can go that longer. I think this is going to be an opportunity to take it off the belt from him without pinning him. So I say Cole pins Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
All right.
Definitely. And then they also have they said on the card that signed to appear will be Cheeseburger, Silas Young, and Cedric Alexander. I don't know if they'll actually have
That's a hot triple threat match.
Yeah.
A hot triple threat match right there.
Well, when they announced that Ishii was going to be the triple threat and they were looking for an opponent for Goto, I immediately thought it was going to be Cedric. Because that made the most sense to me. But, I mean, it's interesting. I don't know. I miss Cedric Alexander. I kind of want to see him on the show more.
It's been a while, yeah.
I do love Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, I don't know if they could fit another match on the show unless they're doing like a pre-show. Like this is like 9 matches already. So, but yeah, that's the 14th anniversary show happening tomorrow. Check your local pay-per-view provider for more details. Yeah, and that kind of runs down everything going on.
Okay, so Eamon, where can the good people of the internet find you?
They can find me, this guy, on Twitter at Eamon2Please. You can also check out Inspire Pro Wrestling on Twitter at InspireProRes. And if you're in the Austin, Texas area, we have an event going on this Sunday that you can find out more about at InspireProWrestling.com.
All right, Garza, how about you?
You can find me at DW Revolution for Twitter. You can go to TheWrestlingRevolution.com. And if you're in the El Paso, Texas area, there's no events, but you can call me and we can go there.
Garza's just looking for someone to hang out with, guys. You can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machines. Also, tune into the Wrestling Mayhem Show every week. WrestlingMayhemShow.com, live.sorgatronmedia.com. Every Tuesday night, roundabouts 9 o'clock. We talk everything else related to pro wrestling, and we also have Mayhem Mania going on, which is our competitive thought experiment, where we try and book a better WrestleMania than WWE is doing. And boy, does it have interesting conflicts within that. I've extended an olive branch to Tonio Garza. He has not returned anything that I know of so far.
You have to wait till Tuesday to hear my promo.
All right, that's a bill for Mayhem Mania on Tuesday. It's better than I could have done. All right, so until next week, this has been your Midweek War.